Hello friends, Miss Natalie here. Today I am going to show you in a very speeded up version how I used a imported layer with reduced opacity to create a travel poster that focuses on positive and negative space. I'm starting with the polygon tool. You can see I made sure I had the fill with what was it? Fill with the color, the foreground color. And then I'm using the Edit Shapes tool to move those kind of nodes around so I can get it more or less symmetrical. There are other things I could have done to get it more symmetrical, but this is close enough. Then I am adding some nodes. You can right click and click on Add Node, and then creating that arc using the handles on the line, as well as moving the nodes around. Then I am thinking about how am I going to make that space that's in the middle, and thinking, I guess I'll just do it later. Then I am thinking about my horizon line and what it should look like. And I am doing these shapes, by the way, in a vector layer. I don't know if you noticed. That's why I can move the nodes. That's why I can make the curves, because it's happening in a vector layer. That way I can adjust everything after I put it down, and it's just easier. I am using the colors from the original photograph as kind of my inspiration, but I'm making it very, very simplified, a super simplified version of the Eiffel Tower. Finding colors that I like, adjusting them if they're not quite right. The landscape was kind of green. Oh, this is the paint. You're like, wait, what? I went to the paint layer. So I'm working in a vector layer and a paint layer. So I'm doing the trees behind the Eiffel Tower in that paint layer. I'm doing the clouds in a paint layer. I'm doing these clouds down here also in the paint layer. Um, Figure out how I want it. All right, then I'm going to go back to my vector layer and I am going to make that reflection. And I want the reflection, I'm decided to make it the same color that I'm going to make the sky, so that there will be a reflection in colors and kind of the opposite. And here I was able to use the poly tool to make the whole shape, but it's not perfectly symmetrical, so I'm moving some stuff around to make it more symmetrical, curving the bottom so it kind of meets the curve of the reflection, the water, trying to fix it up a little bit there, making it the best that I can. And I believe at this point, I'm like, oh, I know what I need to do. I need to make another layer or another shape on top of my shape. So what I did is I put my opaque layer on top so I could see where that window through this Eiffel Tower would be, and I made it the same color that I was planning on making the clouds behind it. So if I put the image layer down below, then you can see. And then after I did that, I merged my vector layer and my paint layer together, so then I would be able to basically fill in these lines with large spaces. I'm having a little trouble adjusting things, so I'm over adjusting, like the how much it's feathered and how close it is, until I get something that looks right. I'm trying to make sure these lines are, it's like, why is this not filling? Why is it all filling in? Probably because it's like touching something else. Could also be because I've got it too sensitive, and so it wants to fill and everything in that's similar in color. All right, now I've got my sky, which is the same color as the reflection, and then I realized I didn't get the right color for the trees behind, so fix that, put those in. Uh, Used the color picker to get these color of the lines that I'd put in before. Color the line that I put in before. There we go. We've got all of those. And now we just need to finish up with the color of the sky is then going to be the color of the Eiffel Tower, and of course that little spot there, and that's all my image. Now, what is a travel poster without some text? I don't think it's much of anything without some text. And I decided the text I wanted was "C'est Paris." I found a font that I liked. I placed it there, so we've got "C'est" there. And then Paris or Paris is going to go down below in the blue. So I'm again reflecting, playing with positive space, negative space. Tried to make it big. It was too big. So I went back and made it smaller. And that's really it. That is my poster. Just a little more adjusting here and there. But that's how I did it. And so I am really looking forward to see how you make yours. Oh yes, and then I wanted to say I ended up saving it as a JPEG for my final save, and I'm calling it Space, and that's it.